Literary devices add effect to the story. 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 They add effect. 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 Well, there's plot, setting, and symbolism. These all are used to make a complete story. Theme is a central message or purpose, while mood is how the passage makes you feel.
Point of view, I said. Perspective of the story told from what you read. From edifice to a long way gone. Conclusion was on the very last page.
Using imagery to relate to the senses. They add depth to the author's work. Dialect is how people communicate. They are put inside quotation marks.
If you want to give human traits to objects, you'd want to use personification. Genre is a type of literature, helps you choose new books and styles.
Literary devices add effect to the story. Literary devices add effect to the story. Shout out to Gibbs, that's our teach. Time for some examples to clear the whole scene.
Hannah's home as he hopefully. This is how alliteration can be used.
Well, I gotta keep it going just like a locomotive. That's what similes do to two separate things.
I'm so hungry I can eat a horse. This author used a hyperbole. Maxy B likes to keep it real. His raps are a roaring fire. The metaphor describes him well. Together we stay as one straight savage.
Lots of things are used as symbolism. Dubs are a sign of peace and red means evil. Another passage extra work I see just means more literary devices. Literary devices add effect to the story. Literary devices add effect to the story. Literary devices add effect to the story. Literary devices add effect to the story.
Yo, how many A's can we get this week? Dialect shows that we are G's. Haven't you heard that we are bad? Cause the motif of the rap will tell you that.
I am known to hit the whip. Also known for quality. Simon P getting hot on the drop. Shift is known to make the tone. Swap.
My boy Weird Al uses some satire. They are used to change the nation.
Boom bam slam is an onomatopoeia. We're in the street, that's called setting.
If you try to knock me, you'll get knocked. Rhymes are the base of all poems.
People hear names, they begin to quake like a pinch on the neck by Mrs. Gibbs. Literary devices add effect to the story. 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 They add effect. 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 They add